Hello, my name is Alex and welcome to Real Sniper Reviews. In this video I'll be taking a look at the realism in Sniper Ghost Warrior contract compared to real life. Bit about my background then: I spent 7 years in the army, including 3 years as a sniper and 1 tour of Afghanistan as a number 1 or a shooter. I'll break the video down into segments: the realism of the weapons, the realism of the missions and objectives, the realism of the atmosphere, and finally the realism of the sounds. Right, first up then, let me say I have no idea who this game is supposed to be for. This is like when you ask your mum, can we get Modern Warfare? And she says no, we have Modern Warfare at home. It doesn't have the realistic milsim immersive feeling of Arma 3 or Squad. Yet it also isn't the arcade fast-paced fun of a Call of Duty game or Battlefield. This is, no word of a lie, one of the worst games I've ever played. My expectations were low, but holy shit, this game's ruined my year already. First up then, realism of weapons. To be fair to CI games, the weapons do look realistic, but that's honestly about as far as it goes. The sniper rifles are constantly in the low ready state rather than in the shoulder, which is fine, that's how we move. However, it doesn't even feel like a rifle. Once in the prone with the rifle, supposedly set up on a bipod legs, the rifle still sways about like an asthmatic crackhead is behind the weapon. How is it possibly moving that much? My other gripe with the weapons is the ranges, the average distance I was shooting out to. On average, I was dropping targets between 100 and 300 meters. I genuinely don't think I fired past 350. If you know anything about shooting, then you know that most standard 5.56 and 7.62 rifles will hit up to 300 meters easily. On my final shooting assessment at sniper school, it was a minimum requirement to hit a headshot at 400 meters and a body shot at 900. Yet for some reason, this super badass sniper is using a high-powered sniper rifle for shots that a recruit could hit within a week of basic training. There's also this weird thing of if you don't shoot the enemies in the head, you won't kill them. What? How the fuck does that work? What a terrible sniper rifle. In the British Army, our rifle fires .338 Lapua Magnum rounds. These rounds are designed to kill an elk weighing up to 1 ton outright. So when these things hit you, there is no mistake about it. A very close friend of mine, while overseas in Iraq, shot someone in the chest with a .338 round. On impact, it made them do a backflip off the compound roof they were stood on. These weapons are not pea shooters and are not jokes and should be treated with the respect they deserve. They are some of the most powerful and effective weapon systems on the battlefield and should be represented as such. Next up, realism of missions and objectives. The missions being undertaken in this game are a little skeptical, to say the least. To overthrow a corrupt leader and stage a coup isn't out of the realms of realism. Supporting local forces to achieve a goal through unconventional warfare is a very common job and was exactly my job when I was in Iraq. However, all this for one sniper? Impossible. Especially as this sniper isn't even supported by a nation. They are supposedly a mercenary, being hired to achieve this all by himself and with only the help of some high-tech futuristic gear. Also, the missions conducted just don't make sense. A sniper's job is to locate and observe with the ability to destroy key enemy targets, not sneak into Russian chemical weapons facilities and steal laptops. To conduct that kind of operation, you would either just turn the people working at the facility into double agents and have them steal it, or you would have someone infiltrate the facility undercover as a worker and do the job. One man on his own, trudging through snow with a sniper rifle on his back, avoiding enemy patrols and trying not to freeze to death isn't really the tool for the job. Also, on mentioning enemy patrols, when I completed my fieldcraft phase of sniper school, if you left any trace of your presence, it was an instant 10% off of your score. And this was in terms of leaving bullet casings or rubbish, not dead guards with their throats slit. How on earth is someone supposed to silently slash someone's throat, have them bleed to death silently, and move their body without the patrol noticing? That 1, where has the guy who was posted here gone? And 2, why is there about 10 pints of blood all over the snow and drag marks to that bush over there? The creators of this game have been watching far too many movies. Realism of atmosphere. Funnily enough, even the atmosphere in this game doesn't make you feel like a sniper. You feel like some generic video game character being spoon-fed information by voice in your head. And this voice, for some reason, is so knowledgeable about your trade, they might as well have just come and done the job themselves. In this game, they've given you some fancy high-tech suit, as if this game is the new Crisis, which kind of defeats the point of it being Sniper Ghost Warrior. You might as well be Super Soldier Ghost Warrior. And as if not to break the realism anymore, you're now playing as some weird super soldier who can jump up buildings and cliff faces. A sniper's kit weighs roughly around 25 to 30 kilo, minimum, depending on the operation being conducted. Snipers are on average fitter and more robust than your average rifle company troops, but this is just taking the piss. Conducting parkour style maneuvers with the equivalent of an 8-year-old child on your back is just not gonna happen. And finally, we're up to realism of sounds. As you can imagine, with how this entire video has gone, Sound isn't much better either. The speed of sound in dry air at 20 degrees Celsius is 343 meters per second, and I'm currently sat with a data sheet in front of me of a sniper rifle that fires up to 845 meters per second. So apparently in this game, guards don't notice bullets travelling double the speed of sound into their friends' skulls, nor do they notice the fact that it's come out of a ridiculously quiet sniper rifle. Sound plays such an important part of immersion. I appreciate that this isn't a milsim, this is a video game. However, if a weapon doesn't sound sexy or realistic when you pull the trigger, then you won't ever make it feel good, no matter how much in-game damage it might do. Even the AK and the pistols sound dull and boring. If you aren't going to go with realism, go with cool. Don't go with neither, you'll only disappoint people. All in all, if you want to feel like a badass sniper, or an actual sniper, then don't bother with this game. You'd be much better off sticking with Call of Duty if you want an arcade type feel, or Tarkov or Squad for a more realistic style of gameplay. Still well clear of this game. It feels to me like this game is entirely made to confuse naive parents into buying their children it because they've mistaken it for the latest Call of Duty game. Honestly, just do not bother. If you want to make a good sniper game with realistic and immersive gameplay, give me a call and I'll show you how it's done.